We become obese because most of us in our society do not stop eating until we feel we are about to explode, and many do not care about a nutritional diet. The following type of advertising is very common. Buy a hamburger and get all the soda you can drink, or all the French fries you can eat for the purchase of a hot dog. The person buys one item, and they give him another, thereby creating a mentality of filling their stomachs. Many people frequent places like this, where the consumer goods affect the mentality of the customers. Buy one sandwich and get the second free. Matthew 24:38-39 states that, in the end, this type of behavior will be commonplace. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Eating habits and eating customs have gone through significant changes in many parts of the world. To give you an example, studies made in Colombia after 1980 showed that the number of obese people was growing at a rate of 42 for every 100 inhabitants in the urban or most developed zones, while in the rural zones, or the countryside, there was only one obese person out of 100 inhabitants. These numbers alarmed specialists, who began working to find the reason behind this. What was causing this epidemic of obesity? Before the 80s, there were only 4 obese people for every 100 inhabitants in Colombia. Those who were in school during the 60s and 70s should recall only seeing 1 or a maximum 2 obese people per classroom. But after the 80s, it's skyrocketed, and the curve is still growing. What happened? Our eating habits changed. We have copied habits for eating fast foods from a society of consumed elements, such as soft drinks, which contain 10 teaspoons of sugar each, 350 cc's of carbonated water, and carbonic soda water. The body eliminates the carbonic gas because of its toxicity, and we put it right back in our soft drinks. That carbonated water coats the protective mucus and damages the defenses it contains. This causes an aggressive irritation in the tissue, from the mouth to the rectum. Soft drinks additionally contain 50 cc's of syrup, which is loaded with free radicals and has no place in the body. The free radicals remain drifting in the system, and to deal with this concentrated syrup, a large volume of water is needed in order to dilute it, neutralize it, and remove it from the system. Anyone who consumes 350 cc's of carbonated water, one soft drink, loses approximately some 300 cc's of water from his own system just to be able to eliminate this syrup. So the system needs water for hydration. If a soft drink is consumed for the hydration of the body, it will then require lots of water to evacuate the useless components that were in that syrup. All the water that was removed from the body resulted in dehydration rather than hydration. Notwithstanding, the advertising says, "Quench your thirst." Consuming a soft drink causes water loss and an excessive deposit of calories to the body. As for hydrating beverages, they are recommended for specific use in medicine. However, those with a salt content leave an extra load of salt in the kidneys and place consumers at high risk of gaining kidney disease. Sodas and other unhealthy drinks have been taking the place of water and thus inviting consequences leading to illness. For instance, it causes an increase of CO2 in the body's tissues because water is required so that when combined with the CO2, carbonic acid H2CO3 is produced. This is an acid that cannot travel in the bloodstream. So what does the body do? Observe the process. The carbonic acid is split into a hydrogen ion and HCO3, an element that can travel in the bloodstream to the lungs to be expelled from the system. So what if there is no water? How is the CO2 expelled? While already in the lungs, the reaction reverses, and the hydrogen ion and HCO3 recombine into H2CO3, carbonic acid. And from there, it turns into CO2 combined with water, which is what we expel, and this is why mirrors and glass become misty. the combination of CO2 and H2O gas and water. Because of its toxicity, the human body's metabolism expels the CO2, but a soft drink deposits larger amounts of CO2 in the system. When a lesser quantity of water is in the system, some difficulty in expelling this CO2 is inevitable, which places the system in a condition unfavorable for the task of carrying out all its biochemical processes that are performed with oxygen. We must remember that all of the organ's biological processes are performed with oxygen, and if it is diminished, they will not be carried out adequately, and the consequences could result in all kinds of illnesses. Water facilitates the purification of many substances that have to exit the system in diluted form. If the body lacks an adequate volume of water, these substances will concentrate, forming stones. The replacement of water with soft drinks has caused not only obesity, but also a wide variety of illnesses.